How's it going, everybody? Ben here. So today we're going to take a look at my 1970 John Deere 120. This one I call Rusty for obvious reasons. If you guys have been on the channel for a while, you might recognize it. I purchased this back in 2020 from a, I guess you could call it like a consignment, pretty much a business closing sale. A local John Deere dealership had this machine. I believe they had it since new and they just mowed with it. It's got a lot of hours on it. I can't even imagine how many hours are on this thing. But I bought it from them. It was one of the last John Deere tractors they had. It might have been the last. I purchased it back in 2020, and back then I just needed money. I didn't have enough money to keep machines at that point. So I ended up selling it, and lo and behold, a few years later, I should say, I got a message from a buddy of mine saying that he might have found my old 120. So the second I figured out that it was my old 120, I ran and bought it back. I paid a little more for it than I sold it for. But hey, you know what? That's all right. So this is right up there with my 330 as far as my favorite tractors. The engine's a little tired. It's got a little blow by, but I plan on putting a rebuilt 14 or 16 in it over this coming winter, if possible. I also would like to put one set of front ports on it. But all right, so let's get into the overview of it. I'll show you guys all the stuff that I've added to it, and then we'll just take a look at the tractor, hear it run, all that stuff. For starters, I got a set of V61s in the front. These are just the 16s. Those are pretty cool. I like them so far. They look cool. They steer good. I'm pretty happy with them. Back here, obviously got a set of weights, and then we have some True Powers, some 23, 10, 12, 1050, 12 True Powers, which I think look awesome. I really think that they make the look of this tractor. Just the wheel or the tire combo on this, I think it looks awesome. Back here, we got an integral hitch, Brindley style integral hitch. I do plan on bringing this to at least a plow day or two next year, along with my 330 and probably a couple wheel horses, maybe a Sears. On this side, same setup. Got the wheel weights, True Powers, all that stuff. And then the biggest thing that a lot of you guys are probably really interested in is this mid-mount grader blade. So this is a John Deere 43C grader blade, and any of you guys know about John Deere's, you're going to know that this is actually for the belt drive ones. The 54C is for a 120 and 140. I don't like the look of the 54Cs on anything but like an H3. And even then, they're just too bulky. These are a better size. So what I ended up doing was my buddy Alan Wolf, Wolf's Den Tractor, shout out to him. He helped me out with a couple of pictures, and I ended up pretty much copying his setup in a more sloppy way because I really hate fabrication. But you can see I got custom links set up there to lift and lower it. And then in the back here, like I said, it's not the greatest. His is way nicer. But I got these plates back here. They're held on with 3 bolts. And there's just a 1/2 inch solid rod that's actually holding it on. I'm actually planning on putting another plate back here just to kind of tie it all together. But other than that, it's been pretty good. I've actually been grading with it quite a bit for the last couple days. It's been pretty good. I like this tractor a lot. Like I said, she's a little tired. I did just put a starter on it. It's got a iSave Tractors carburetor. It's got a brand new battery, all that stuff. It just got a full service done. Yeah, you can see iSave Tractors carb there. And then it's got a original style seat. This thing is actually off of a 112. I bought a whole tractor just for this ratty seat, but I think it really looks the part on this tractor. It looks like it's original. But all right, so she should fire right up. It does run nice, and then here's the blade working. Gotta love the squeal of these rear ends. Probably should add some more fluid to the rear end of this. I don't know if I ever checked it. So not too bad. She runs good, no smoke, none of that stuff. The hood's actually in really good shape. I just wish it had the opposite side 120 logo. So I might end up just ordering a decal and sticking it on this side because it looks kind of bare. But she's an old beater. She really is. She's seen a lot of abuse over the years, and I do not plan on ever selling this. I've had a lot of other 120s and 140s. I had Jane. You guys might remember her. That was just a plain Jane 140. I had Emma. That was another plain Jane 140 that I swapped front ports on. And then I have the patio. I still have the patio. Technically, that's Alan's. He still needs to pay me $1,000, but that's beside the point. I just never really fell in love with any of those tractors. Jane was probably the closest because it was my first 140 that I ever had that like actually ran. But this one is just very sentimental to me. Like I said, when I was little, me and my dad either went to the Bobcat dealer or to this John Deere dealer pretty much every weekend so I could look at all the tractors and equipment. And I just really loved that place. And when it went out of business, it was really sad, and it really hurt the community around here. And yeah, it's just never been the same without them. So I'm happy to have a piece of history, piece of local history, I guess you could call it. And yeah, so there you guys go. That's my 1970 John Deere 120 with the 43C blade, V61s, true powers, weights, integral hitch, all that good stuff. So there you guys go. Thanks for watching.